Yellow, 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 everybody. What's up? Hey, ED36. How you doing? Hey. So how do you get the attention of your audience? Brother, honestly, one thing is I have like the chat open on the left side. So it's there. Like I'm always watching the whatever is happening in the chat. That's one. Second, regarding the attention of the audience, I will just say like just be you. Like I know it's a very generic advice and stuff, but like it actually works because like I'm just being me. I'm passionate about cybersecurity, right? Like I'll show you here. I'm just ready to go on this like hacking journey, and I'm like trying my best to explain people what I learned and like understanding even from them. Like so many people in this chat are like just super awesome and so smarter than me, and just learning and having that conversation that helped me the best. Like that is the best way to get capture the audience, and it takes time. Like it has been like I started on like I think 29th or 30th November, so it took me 3 months to reach a level, right? Build a community. And it's you will make mistakes on the way. You will learn from those mistakes, and that's how it is. Are you into streaming? Do you like streaming? Are you doing it? This is also Ludwig. Right. If you want to be a streamer, like this is one thing I can give you for help, and this is one thing I do. I try to help people as much as possible. So there is this. There are two videos I would highly recommend if you are going into this. This is one, and watch this in this order. First, by the one that came 4 years ago, and then this one. I've watched it religiously for like in one day. I just did it, and I did like actually twice or thrice, 3 times I went through these videos. And I have my book in which I read through how Ludwig does it, because his style and my style of like I think talking and like presenting are very similar. And he gave a really good advice. Like and this is I think you can like this is what I can do as well for you. I can show you exactly what my brain works like. So I have oh, the worst one. I can't draw this. Can I draw with shift? No. Okay. So okay. So I have like another thing I can give you is like write a name of streamer. If you are looking into engagement, right? Write the name of streamer who you like, then like a behavior or like thing you want to copy from them. I will say behavior because that's like or like attitude or whatever you like to say it, right? So for example, with Ludwig, one thing I really like about his style is like with him, it's like very easy to conversate. Like he's looking at the chat, he's like very easy to go guy. And that like easiness helps me. There is John Hammond, John H, right? He's smart, but he tries to boil things down to the very ground level, right? So G R A granularity. So that thing. So like if you copy like just pick five, like I will say pick five and just or even like two, three or five, just pick those and like try to do those. Another one of the streamers, I forgot his name, started watching his videos. I haven't been able to. So he used to do is like he was very good with the names of people who were in the stream. So for example, now you are here, right? So I will try to remember as much as possible about we like what we had. I have a bunch of other ones who I talk to all the time. Junior Coder is there. There is Scamby. There is Stimulus in my stream. He gave me six. He's the first one, and I'm going to make a video about it. Posting Clim is nice one too, but I hope you know that Twitch is now a competitive community, and a lot of people are also trying to get active viewers too. And to get them, they go into social media posting, which means all the social media is saturated and brings in bots from there. But to get organic viewers, Now you need to work on your channel ranking and discoverability too many. I believe you know how to do that. Yes, yes. So what I do, and I'm working as much as I can towards it, and I have to do a better job at it. What I do before posting, right? I go on Twitter, I post about like I'm about to do a stream. Like you can. And you are very much right. You are 100% right. You will never get the organic audience from Twitch. You have to always like go on YouTube. You have to go, and that's what I want to do. One thing I want to do in this year, in summer, once I start getting time, is work on the reels to create a community to show people that I'm just cybersecurity, but also like a fun things. I like making stupid jokes. So that's one thing I want to do. And you're 100% right. So doing those, and one thing I'm doing also is in the Discord, I'm developing a community. So we are able to chat, do things together. So this is my Discord server. I post here. I try to chat with people, look at these, like, looking at something like, oh, have a good day, right? I just love posting GIFs. So those kinds of things. And yes, you're right, 100%. Twitch, you won't grow organically, like you won't get an audience just because their algorithm doesn't work like it. But other people like YouTube and Twitter and all those have those type of algorithm, like Instagram. So you have to grow on that. So yes, I agree. Hopefully that helps, right? Like if you were able to get some information from me, right? And do look at the videos I sent. Amazing videos by Ludwig, and like he's the top. He was one of the most subscribed people at one point, right? So amazing guy, really good guy, and just amazing content creator. So just my I think 2 cents, I guess. So hopefully that helps, right? And let's get started with our main thing, though. Like this is the main bread and butter of this, I think, streaming is cybersecurity. Where I don't know if you are into cybersecurity, but what I do is basically there is websites like TryHackMe, Hack the Box. I'm on TryHackMe right now, working on OWASP top 10. OWASP is a open source web application security project, right? A very big community, and every year they release, or every 2 years they release 10 top 10 critical web security risks, the vulnerabilities, right? So we are going over those. We did like severity is like how bad a problem can be. So we are at severity 8. There are total 31, and we are at 21. So we are very near. Today we'll be covering all the severity 8, which is like 5 tasks, 6 tasks. So 6 actually. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we'll be covering that, and I'll try to explain as much as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, let's get going. Also, and don't forget to join the Discord. If you have any questions, I'm available during the day there, so you can join me there. I just love chatting there, or even just while I work, I listen to lofi songs in that. Just helps me focus and get a dopamine detox. So yeah, that's it. And let me just drink some water before starting. Alrighty, let's go. Let me get my Kali up. Oracle virtual box. Let's get going, baby. You can hear me better, right? You want me to increase my volume or something? Is it good? Give a thumbs up if you like it. Have thumbs down if you want me to increase or down. Whatever you like. Okay, Kali. So we were here last time, stored cross-site scripting attacks we were doing. We can close this for now. And then Chromium is the best one, I feel like, on Kali. Because I think as a front-end developer, I have worked on Chromium, or like basically Google Chrome, but like Chromium is in the same realm. So I've worked on that, and I'm very much comfortable with those dev tools when it comes to like, looking through things. So I'll be just using that most of the time. I won't be going to Firefox anytime soon, I believe. Add to the panel. Not to the panel, I guess. Remove from the panel. Add to desktop, or add to favorites, actually. Cool. So it will be accessible from here. It's kind of slow today. Cool. We got it here, and let me just remove it. Remove Remove from launcher. Remove from launcher. Yeah, it should be here. I want it in here, so I'll do that later. But yeah, so this is our Chromium, right? The open source version of Chrome. So Google doesn't get all my data. Insecure deserialization. So this is a big one because this is what you will find in a lot of web applications. I've worked on some applications. I know some applications that have this issue. And it's very important to work through this because you won't know what hit you if you're not doing proper deserialization of the input. So OWASP 10, 8, insecure deserialization. Insecure deserialization is a vulnerability which occurs when untrusted data is used to abuse the logic of an application. Acunix 2017. So what it means, right, is let's say whenever you, let's say for example, you are in Facebook or even in chat here, right? No, I'm not on Discord, but I have a streamer friend I can link you up with. Yeah, would love to talk to him. Yes, please. Yes, please. Let me know what his handle. I would love to follow him. And even like for this, right? Insecure deserialization. That's if you don't. Oh yeah, 100%. Yes. Send his basically the handle. I would love to follow him. 100%. I would love to help him. And however I can, right? Um, but yeah, insecure deserialization, right? What I was talking about the chat thing. Even in chat, you can put some code, you can type some stuff, and if by any chance this gets executed or like how the logic of the application works, you probably can get access to a Twitch server, or even like who knows, you can basically take over my account if you are able to get some special keys or my password or something. Anything can happen, right? That's why when posting links in this chat, it's important like to take someone's permission, because let's say if some user posted a link that is not permitted, you get banned, because that's the way they can get hacked. So not a problem. That's what it means. This definition is quite broad to say the least. Simply, insecure deserialization is replacing data processed by an application with malicious code, allowing anything from DDoS, denial of service, right, and to RC, remote code execution, that the attacker can use to gain a foothold in a pen testing scenario. Especially, this malicious code leverages the legitimate legitimate serialization and deserialization process used by web applications. We'll be explaining this process and why it is so commonplace in modern web applications. This is interesting, actually. So, OO apps rank this vulnerability as 8 out of 10 because of the following reasons. Okay. Low exploitability. The vulnerability is often a case by case basis. There is no reliable tool framework for it because of its nature. Attacker needs to have a good understanding of inner working of the TOE. Okay, what is TOE? TOE, TOE, TOE in applications. Technology or organization environment. Okay, so basically he needs to understand what is going in the back, which is, I think I understand why they say that, because let's say, for example, depending on which, this is a big thing in tech, if you go, that they will ask which, once you become bigger, right? On a management level, for example, a lot of them will ask you which experience in which industry you have experience. For example, you can have experience in retail, right? I can be a tech guy, but I need to which industry it is in retail, which could be like Costco or like Walmart, something like that. Then there could be in like transportation, transport, which is could be in like any kind of like logistics. I'm sure you will love the result, to be honest. The streamer can. Oh, nice. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to talk to him, and it will be nice to talk to him. Nice. But yeah, sorry. So transportation, also logistics. Interestingly, if you look at Walmart, right? There is one part of Walmart, which is the biggest one, is its logistics part of the transportation. Why? Because that's how Walmart is able to keep the prices so low, because their transportation system, their logistics system is the best in the world. They're able to calculate things way better than anyone else. And that's how things work. So you need to find your niche and stuff. And that's, if let's say I say I'm from Walmart with the transportation logistic link, I can get a good job easily. But let's say now I'm a hacker. I don't want a job. I want to do bug bounty. I'll go on like Costco or any of the retail companies, look at the websites that are available, let's say from a vendor perspective or a user perspective, and try to hack into those, like getting the numbers or like finding, okay, which tables are there and all those things. So that's one, low exploitability, vulnerability, right? Case by case. So retail will have different versions, social networking sites, maps, all those Google Maps will have a different. Uber has some maps, so you can hack those ways, stuff like that. The exploit is only as dangerous as the attacker's skill permits, more so the value of the data that is exposed. For example, someone who can only cause a DOS attack will make the application unavailable. This business impact of this will vary on the infrastructure. Some organization will recover just fine, others, however, will not. So, for example, let's say if a DOS attack happened on something big as like Google, like DOS is basically impossible on Google, Amazon, because they have so much good technology. But let's say if it happens on Google, they can change the server. Why I close this? They can change the server, right? Let's say if somebody is trying to do a DDoS attack on their server, they can block these networks. That's one. They can create another one. All these will go into a honeypot, stuff like that. But let's say if it happens to a hospital, which happened at one point, then that's bad, because if a DDoS happens to a hospital system, which let's say needs access to medicines or something like records of people, that's really bad. So you need, and they might not have that much technology to like recover that fast. So those are the things, and that's why vulnerability based on where you are. Again, I think this one is like a good meme, I will say, because like it reminds me of that, where it's like, let's say if you are a bottle of water, right? In a in just a vending machine, you will be $2. In a, like, let's say sports playground, you will be like, let's say $5. But on an airplane, you will be like $8. So where you go, and that's the same idea, where you are attacking, what type of attack, and the attacker's skill permits. That's a big thing, because there is something called kill chain. Kill chain, once you actually like become really good at hacking, once you develop those skills, something called kill chain happens, which is another, I can give you a framework to help you with that, MyTair attack framework. So this framework actually helps you understanding how the kill chain works, metrics of enterprise, right? This is to help you understand what kill chain is. First is reconnaissance, resource development, initial access, execution, persistence, privilege escalation, defense, and all these things. Here is a hacker. Like if you actually go on some of these attacks that has happened in the past, there is actually show sub techniques, hide those techniques. There is a proper like map from one to one, like how things go from one to another. And the more you go deep and the more you are able to show, the more hard stream element sent, he will message you. Okay. His name is Stream Elements? No, wait. At Stream Elements sent. Okay, sure. He will message me. That's great. Thank you. But yeah, I was saying about kill chain, right? So there is one, like you are able to attack, you are able to find information, but with information, you are able to get access into the server. From the server, you're able to access the root, the big admin access, or you are able to get access to the database. That's a big thing, and that's a crazy thing. And that's how things work, like in a kill chain, and that's what makes money. A good example is somebody who actually like Ini36, right? Person who was actually here did a bug bounty, amazing bug bounty. It was worth $35,000. This one. So he showed how to do a full takeover via password reset with the interaction and all those stuff, right? A small one, but still like worth big, because you are able to like first look at the code, see what are the issues, able to gain access, you are able to show things, and then that's how much he made, 35 grand, right? Big stuff. That's how the whole able to understand process and go over. That's why it's way big money. What is vulnerable? At summary, ultimately, any application that stores or fetches data where there are no validations or integrity checks in place for the data queried or retained. A few examples of the applications of this nature are e-commerce site, because let's say you are putting your own data, Visa card, and all those stuff, notes about your things you want, like from Amazon, forms, again, information about your, let's say, address. APIs, API application programming interface, the whole world is API, basically. Whole internet, how your website talk to the database of the companies you are whose website you are accessing, that's APIs. Application runtime, Tomcat is a server. Jenkins is a DevOps server which helps you. It's an open source automation server that helps you build applications, like basically containerize them or create jars. JBoss, again, JBoss is like open source Java based application server. Okay, so basically like Tomcat. Who developed the Tomcat application? I have no clue. Why they ask you that? Tomcat can refer to, basically it's a, I know it's just an application for hosting website, but who developed? The Apache Software Foundation? The Apache Software Foundation, yeah. So Apache is an open source foundation, very big. You are probably using a lot of Apache tools, whether you know it or not. That's how big Apache is. It's like almost Microsoft or Google when it comes to open source. And they are using this Apache in a lot of places. What type of attack that crashes services can be performed with insecure deserialization? So this is DOS, denial of service. Interestingly, this was very popular. Oh, denial. This is a very popular one when Anonymous was pretty popular. Anonymous still exists, as you all know, but it was very popular because there were so many people in Anonymous. Everybody was hitting the same server, and that used to overload the server. So if, let's say, it was a company like Twitter, right, x.com, a lot of anonymous people all over the world will hit it, and it will overload the server, and then it crashes, basically. But now things like these don't happen because we have scalability, right? Scalability, which is like, let's say if one server is getting hit, it will spin another server, a big one. So all the new ones go to this, and it's done by a load balancer, and it can do another one. This will keep on going. That's why cloud is cloud, right? People who want cloud. And let's say if they understand there is a DOS attack is going, they can create a proxy, and actually only the legit ones will pass through. Other ones will like are blocked. That's already there. I know this because I work on the infrastructure, so I have these idea of how things work. Next, insecure deserialization objects. A prominent element of object-oriented programming, objects are made up of two things: state and behavior. State is, let's say if you are, I'll give you an example, right? Let's say you are looking at a dog. What is a dog's state? Breed. Breed is a state, right? Their name. What is basically who they are, right? Type of thing. What they are, who they are, stuff like that. Behavior, what they can do. For example, bark is a behavior, right? They only like to, they like to eat. That's a behavior. Run, behavior. About them, breed, name, how many teeth they have, state, right? And state can change, right? Like for example, name can change, I guess. Teeth with time, they can change. Their age. Age is a state. Getting old is a behavior. And that's how things work. That's why object oriented is a very big thing. You can divide logically things into two different parts and able to work through that. Like, for example, if you are playing a video game, Fortnite, for example, your health is a state. It can go up and down. That is the health. What is your health? Let's say 50. Behavior, health can go up or down. Simply objects allow you to create similar lines of code without having to do the legwork of writing the same lines of code again and again. So basically reusability of modules. For example, a lamp can be a good object. Lamps can have different types of bulbs. This would be their state, what type of bulb they have, as well as being either on or off, which is their behavior. Rather than having to accommodate every type of bulb or whether or not that specific lamp is on or off, you can use methods to simply alter the state or behavior of the lamp, right? So basically, you can change the state using these behaviors, and you can have functions to do those, right? Just like you with the switch, lamp can turn off or off. The switch is the way you do it. It's function. Select the correct answer from the following statement. If a dog was sleeping, would this be a state or a behavior? Any idea? What do you think? What is the answer? A or B? I would love to know. I would love to know. Any answers? Any takes? Come on, come on, give me an answer. I want to look. And it's okay if you're wrong, like nobody gets in the first try, it's fine. No answers? Answer is B, behavior. Why behavior? Because he's sleeping. Like sleep can change, right? He's not sleeping, he's sleeping, right? And it's a behavior. It's a kind of action you do. If he was like a dog is alive, that's a state. That's a very different thing. So it will be this. Let's go. Easy peasy, baby. Insecure deserialization part of it. Deserialization. Learning is best done through analogies. I love that. Learning is best done through analogies. A tourist approaches you in the street asking for directions. They are looking for a local landmark and got lost. Unfortunately, English isn't their strong point, and nor do you speak their dialect either, right? What do? You draw a map of the route to the landmark because pictures cross language barriers. Love that line. They were able to find the landmark. Nice. You have just serialized some information where the tourist deserialized it to find the landmark. Amazing. I love this whole thing. Learning is best done through analogies, and um, pictures cross language barriers. Two big lines. I love it. So, continued. Serialization is the process of converting objects used in programming into similar, compatible formatting for transmitting between systems or networks for further processing or storage. This happens with you. This happens with you. Let me show you something very amazing. And I will give you the article where it came from. So let's say you took an image, right? You took an image of yourself. Now let me tell you as an object, right? What are the information they are talking about, right? Transmitting simpler compatible formatting, right? So it will have pixels, data about pixels, every single color. What is this color? What is this color? What is this color? So all that information is being said, plus also where it was taken, when it was taken, which basically phone or device they used, which device. All that information is there, and that is being sent to, for example, to Facebook's servers. This information, while being sent, right, is sent in such a way it can transfer over the network. And this is called API. This thing, the way it is being sent is called API. This part is called APIs. And that's how things work in the background. The formatting so it can be sent to you. Alternatively, deserialization is the reverse of this, converting serialized information into their complex form, an object that the application will understand. Basically, here serialization happened, transfer, deserialization. Simple. And let me show you one interesting thing. This is what you should read. I think Forbes, um, how to upload image metadata. And this extra information is called metadata. I have a reel on it on my YouTube. Yeah, or not? No. Data. Move to activities image, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I can't find it right now. That's fine. I think Forbes. Um, metadata screenshot. Metadata critical discipline that can help. Okay, I can't find it, but it's actually a Forbes article I read for the first time in which it said that let's say if you are uploading an image, right? All this data, not just the image itself, but where you took it, when you took it, which device you used, so much extra information, this all, like, except not the whole image itself, but like this extra information is called metadata. And that's how they're able to tell on Instagram where were you when you took it. And that's the reason whenever you're uploading an image, if you care about your basically information a bit more, like I do, take a screenshot. This is your image, take a screenshot of it. When you take a screenshot and upload that, only the pixels, only the image is sent, not the metadata. That's just, I think, a very interesting thing. Hopefully that helps. What does this mean? Have you, so you have a password of password 123 from a program that needs to be stored in a database on another system. Okay. To travel across the net, this string output needs to be converted into binary, zeros and one. Of course, the password needs to be stored as password 123 and not its binary notation. Once this reaches the database, it is converted into deserialized back into password 123 so it can be stored. So how reality it works is basically, let's say you are on an application. This is you, your PC, your database. Either it can be encrypted, depending, encrypted. When you use something like WhatsApp, end-to-end encryption, that's what it means. So it can be decrypted only here, not on the database, but let's say whoever you are talking to, only his phone, it can be decrypted or encrypted, not on the system. So technically not exactly true, but like, let's say if you are just sending something on the database, then it will be decrypted on the database. Process is being explained through diagram. Okay. How can you leverage this? Simply, insecure deserialization occurs when data from an untrusted party, that is hacker, gets executed because there is no filtering or input validation. The input assumes that data is trustworthy and executed on as the whole holds bad. Executors no holds barred. Such a bad thing, because another hack that happened in 2011 was Project Karma, and that's how people's system was getting hacked. Project Karma. No, not Project Karma. Project Raven. The software name was Karma. So this is something you guys can read over. Top level hacking thing that ever happened. This is how basically iPhone used to get hacked without you even clicking anything, because improper deserialization. A 10 on 10 bug. What is the name of the base 2 formatting that that the data is sent across as networks of binary? This is important. Next, Deserialization cookies. Ow, I bit my tongue. Okay. Deserialization cookies. And yes, the origin of many means. Cookies are an essential tool for modern websites to function. Tiny pieces of data that are created by a website and stored on user's computer. You see this? You see this? That's the biggest issue. We use cookies to ensure you get the best user experience for information. Contact us, read me, blah, blah, blah. You'll see notifications like above on most of the website these days. Websites use these cookies to store user specific behavior like items in their shopping cart or session IDs. So if you see here, right, session ID, let's say if I don't have your username, let's say you log on to Amazon using a public system, right? I don't have your username, I don't have your password, but if I have your session ID, I can take over your account like this because session ID is used to authenticate you. I will only have, let's say, 1 hour, but that's how easy it is to take over. And that's called cookie hijacking. In the web application, we are going to exploit. You will notice cookies store login information like the below. Yikes, right? So if I go, I don't want to go like this. But let's say if I go on my Kali, where I know I don't have any information, and I go to, let's say, I want to go to Amazon.com because everybody have their passwords there. So here, I haven't logged in yet, but already a session is created for me so they can give me the best experience, right? Just like it said in the system. And you can see by going to, I think, application here, I'll make it a bit bigger. This is small, right? So if you go here, application, Amazon, right? And I can see there is cookies. Find this, Amazon's CA, session ID time. This is the time I think it was given, or this was like it will be expiring, whatever. But this is the session ID and session token. If I can have these information, especially the session ID, I can steal your account. And you can try it by just copying this information, opening an Amazon account in, let's say, in some other website, create, let's say, on one web browser, you signed in with an Amazon account A, and second, you did with Amazon account B. Try to change the cookie session ID and see what happens. That'll be interesting, beautiful experiment for you to try. But that's how hacking happens, cookie hijacking. Whilst plain text credentials is a vulnerability in itself, this is not insecure deserialization as we have not sent any serialized data to be executed. Cookies are not permanent storage solutions like database. Some cookies, such as session IDs, will clear when the browser is closed. Others, however, last considerably longer because that's what a hard refresh is. This is determined by the expiry timer that is set when the cookie is created. So Amazons and all those will have like a 1 hour, I would say. Some cookies have additional attributes. A small list of these are below. Cookie name of the cookie to be set, required, yes. Cookie value, this can be anything plain text or encoded. Majority of the time is base64 encoded. Secure only. If set, this cookie will only be sent over HTTPS connection, not required. Wow. Expiry, set a timestamp where the cookie will be removed from the browser. Not required, should be required. Path, the cookie will only be sent if the specified URL is within the request. No setup. Interesting. Creating cookies. Cookies can be set in various website programming languages, for example, JavaScript, PHP, or Python, to name a few. The following web application is developed using Python's Flask, a framework. So it is fitting to use it as an example. So datetime.now, see this set cookie registration timestamp. This is the cookie set. Interesting. Setting cookies in a Flask is rather trivial. Simply, this snippet gets the current date and time, stores it within the variable timestamp, and then stores the date and time in a cookie named registration timestamp. Okay, so that's the name of the cookie, and that can change, I guess. This is what it will look like in the browser. Pretty simple, right? But like, here's the problem: if somebody can change this, that's a big problem. Like if I create, like I change it to 2024, and that's when it was supposed to, and somebody said the expiry is based on registration timestamp, then boom, gone. If a cookie had the path of webapp.com/login, what would the URL that user has to be visit has to visit be? Basically, this should be right. This should be the login path too. I don't understand why they even put it. What is the acronym of web technology that secure cookie work over? HTTPS? Hypertext protocol, transfer protocol secure. Cookies practical. Ooh, now we might do some hacking. Let's go. So, in the browser of the device that you are connected to the VPN with, navigate to this HTTP 10.10.48.70. Okay. It will be detailing the steps for Firefox. You may have to research how to inspect cookies in the browser of your choice. Chromium. You'll be greeted with this homepage. Let's create an account. You need to enter your TryHackMe details. You can enter what you like. You no need to enter your TryHackMe details. Okay. Where you will be redirected to your profile page. Notice on the right you have your details. Okay, your profile type thing, I guess. Right click on the page, inspect element, navigate to the storage tab. Okay, you will see here uh, uh, there are cookies are both plain text encoded and base64 encoded, as I mentioned, right? Base64. The first flag will be found in one of these cookies. Modifying cookie values. Notice here there are here that you have a cookie named user type. You are currently a user as confirmed by your information on the My Profile page. The application determines that you can and cannot see by your user type. What if you change the user type to come as admin? Okay. Double click on the value column in the user type to modify the contents to admin, navigate, and see. Okay, so I understand what they're doing. So let's go here quickly. And I'll just make this a bit smaller for you guys to see. And interestingly, when you go, you will see the Amazon one will still probably be here. That's why when you change, don't session storage. If I logged in, I know it will be there. Storage. These cookies are stored still, unless and until I background cache. Somewhere here will be there. I'm not worried about it right now. What I am worried about is how I will hack this. So let's say login. You need to create account first, okay? Come on, man. Go fast. Access exchange today. Okay. Hello world. Hey. So let's say if I, instead of my profile, I want to go to admin, what will happen, right? Your admin dashboard. This is support tickets, blah, blah, blah. I go back. My profile. This is my profile. This is my home. And that's my admin, last one. Okay. So let's get our first flag, which was in cookies. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. This is too slow today. I need to check why things are so slow. Is there anything going in the background? Exit this, exit Epic Games. Okay. So I want to go into application and then cookies. Here. There's session ID, right? This is now important thing to see. The double, basically majority of the time for base 64 encoded, the two equal signs means this is base 64 encoded. And how to get this information? Simply go to something called Cyber Chef. Google that. The first thing that will come is the one. It's a really good tool. Love, use it for all my CTF challenges every time I need it. Here I'll just put in the input side, I will put it. And then on the left, I will go from base 64 actually. So I'll go, I can just search actually from base 64. Multiple ways where this is, I know it's this. And on here you see, oh, okay, session ID. This is the one encoded. So now you see TryHackMe, good old base 64, huh? I love the name, man. These guys said, you just love it. So first cookie is basically this one. Second flag, admin dashboard. Okay, let's go here. And we saw registration time, password is this, like password is already here. User type is user. Here I want to say admin. Now let's say if I go to admin, what happens? I'm admin. Does it change my cookie a little bit? Let's say go here. No, it doesn't. So I have to look how to get the new cookie on another flag. I think that comes. So here, base 64, admin dashboard. Okay, same thing, I guess, still. What did it said in the... Okay, one sec. I have to start the machine, add some time. Oh, okay, I see. The machine stopped. My bad. So machine will be coming up in a bit. I don't understand how the machine stopped. Hooray, your machine has started. Oh no, another. Okay. It's here, right? So, did it like, how come it stopped working all of a sudden? It got terminated. Interesting. I don't know how it got terminated. Just waiting for this URL to come up. Cookies one is done. What we are looking for is cookies practical. What it wants is basically, that's probably why we were changing. So double click value, user type, navigate to user, machine IP and admin to answer the second flag. Okay. Did I get anything though in this? Oh, here. Nice one. Here's the admin flag. So they were looking for the user type. Here's the admin flag. Okay, cool. Hopefully you guys learn this like what I just did. I just changed the values of the cookies and like user type. I don't understand why would somebody set it up their web application like this, but yeah. As much more nefarious attacks than simply decoding cookie, we get into the nitty-gritty setup. First, change the value of the user type from admin to user, return to this my profile, then click. Oh, we want to do the code execution now. Okay, left click on the URL, engage your Vim found in the screenshot below. Exchange your Vim, okay. Once you have done this, left click on the URL and provide your feedback. Okay, where you will be direct to page like this. Exchange Vim. Once you have done this, Okay. If a user has to enter their feedback, the data will be get encoded and sent to the Flask application, presumably from storage within a database, for example. However, the application assumes that any data encoded is trustworthy, but we are hackers. You can only trust us as far as you can fling us, and that's nigh impossible online. Although explaining programming is a bit out of scope for this room, it's important to understand what's going on in the snippet below. So we have cookie, replace me with the payload, pickle payload, pickle.dumps cookie. Pickle is one of the ways of storing, basically. Pickle storage, pk, I think, .pk is the extension. Encoded payload cookie. So base64 encode, okay, response, make response, redirect slash profile, set cookie, encoded payload cookie. Okay. When you visit the exchange your Vim URL, a cookie is encoded and stored within your browser. Perfect. For us to modify. Once you visit the feedback form, the value of this cookie is encoded, decoded, and then deserialized. Okay. Oh, in the snippet below, we can only see how the cookie is retrieved and then deserialize that with pickle.loads. This vulnerability exploits Python pickle, which I have attached as a reading material at the end of the room. We especially have free reign to execute whatever you like in such a reverse shell. I see. Now, okay, let's first just go on this website. I want to see what happens. So if I go back to, let's say here, my application, I go back to user, I close this guy, come on, close. Now I refresh, I think this will be gone. And I can go to my profile, exchange your Vim, okay? I want to see what exactly happens when we do exchange the Vim. Why are you so slow? I can close this guy. I can close this guy. Yep. Oh, that's probably why. Here, now go. Why this guy is so slow? Should be working fine. Oh, the IP has changed. My bad. My bad, lads. Okay. I'll create quickly exchange today. Hello world. Exchange your Vim. Nothing happens. Okay. If I go share feedback. Let's understand. When you left click on the URL exchange over found in the screenshot below. Once you have done this, left click on the URL. Okay, we did that. Okay, so basically the reason why this one is vulnerable is because the data will get encoded and sent to the Flask application. However, the application assumes that data encoded is trustworthy, but we are hackers. Okay, so basically deserialized via this. So basically this will get deserialized, exploit for the exploit. Now I'm going to leave you hanging here. First, you need to set up a netcat listener on your Kali. If you are a subscriber, you can control your own in-browser TryHackMe Kali Linux. Yep. Because the code being deserialized is from a base64 format. You cannot just simply spawn a reverse shell. You must encode our own commands in the base64 so that the malicious code will get executed. I'll be detailing the steps below in the provided material to do so. Once this is complete, copy and paste the source code from this Python file pickle.py to your Kali and modify the source code to replace your TryHackMe VPN in the TryHackMe VPN IP. This can be obtained via access page. I have that. Creating Python file. Okay, first let's see what this is. Pickle sys base64 command is remove temporary f mk34 cat this. Okay, pin sh your netcat. Okay, interesting. RCE, so remote code execution, so operating system, whichever the command is there, print this. So basically how this will work, right? Let me increase this. Basically this will work is, this is a class, this is a command. First, whatever critical rig dumps, so this function is called with the object definition reduce. This is, I think, will be initiated already whenever something is put inside it. Command is this. So this will get, as soon as this runs, we will get back our reverse shell, which is pickle dumps, executes whatever the command, like all this command helps us get that. Base64 encode, base64 is the object. Okay, this is like went way far from 0 to 100. Need to use my brain cells a bit. Paste the code from GitHub site, replacing your IP. Execute RCEPy with Python 3 RCEPy. Note the output of the command. It will look something similar to this. RCEPy B means base 64, right? This is the base 64 encoded data. Copy and paste in between the two speech darts data. So basically between these two codes. In my case, I will copy paste this. Yours will look something similar, but ensure you copy everything in between the two these and then encoded payload. Okay, refresh the page. Okay, I see. Now let's draw everything, and I think that's how we'll be able to figure this out. Without that, it will be very hard. Okay, I'm taking my headphones off. My brain is cooked for this one. Okay, exchange your web URL. A cookie is encoded and stored within your browser. Okay, so I go here. A new cookie should be here, right? According to the application. Encoded payload. And let's see what this means. Come on. Okay. Replace me. It says replace me and stuff. Okay. And I want to change this to not raw bytes, UTF-8. Maybe 16 LE. No, nothing of them. I think raw bytes is it is or UTF-8. So base replace me, it says. And this is probably spaces, I guess. Replace me default. Okay. Let me write everything. Not this here. 10 severity 8. Severity 8 is first. Is the ad about to start? What the hell? Oh, there's an ad going on. Oh, so sorry. So sorry, there's an ad going on. I had no idea. Sorry, lad. I had no idea the ad started. Ooh, this is cool. I like that. Okay, so I think we are back from the stuff. So let's do some Python. We were doing Python RCE. Here's the thing. We clicked on the Vim, right? Encoded payload cookie is there, which has default me, right? So nothing is there in this. So I'll put my exchange Vim cookie in cookie loader called cookie is loaded and it's called, I think, what's the name? Encoded payload. Okay. Because now we will be doing some hacking in this manner. Okay. Encoded payload. Okay. So we have our encoded payload. Now we use this cookie because it's going to get executed. Now here, cookie replace me payload, pickle dumps cookie. So creates the cookie goes inside the pickle payload, encoded payload cookie. So base64, this gets encoded and then redirects make response. Okay, response set cookie. So this cookie is set. This is how in the background it's working. They set up a cookie, put it in the pickle. So in what pickle is? Pickle module implements binary protocols for serializing and deserializing. So basically, the stuff, this cookie, whatever it is going to be used as a code, right? Because it's deserialized, serialized. So this is basically a way of exchanging and sending code. So this explains that. Now, and this is like a background thing you won't get in real life, but we are able to because we are learning. When you visit the exchanger, we are a cookie sent blah, blah, blah. Once you visit the feedback from the value of this cookie is and decoded and then deserialized. In this snippet below, we can see how the cookie is retrieved and then deserialized via pickle loads. So basically, they get this cookie whenever we submit the form. Let's say you are on Facebook, they set this form, they get this cookie, and then they load this thing. They deserialize and load it. So basically, cookie is sent to backend when we submit form. Oh, when spelling is wrong, then it is decoded, then deserialized. So now that's again, because it's getting deserialized, not sterilized, serialized. DC serial. Uh, Realized. That's how you say it. Deserialized. Because of deserialization, we can inject code here. This is the game. So the vulnerability exploits Python pickle, right? Basically because it loads which I have attached as reading material, blah, blah, blah. In the Kali, we first start our basically the server we will be listening through when the reverse shell of this system starts. So first let's start our terminal here and start basically, let's clear this. So first if config. A lot of you might be confused. This is the easiest way to tell. Tunnel 0 means the VPN. This is our IP address of that. Okay. So that's one thing we will need. And then nc netcat nvlp. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think in the system they said 444. We can use that. Now we are listening. So if there is any connection made to our VPN, or sorry, our virtual machine, our Kali, we can listen to it, right? And this is the main big guy. We'll use this. So first, create this guy, another one. TryHackMe, right? There are so many. I will go with mkdir OWASP top 10. So we have OWASP top 10, mkdir OWASP top 10. Clear this. Touch or nano, basically. Nano pickle exploit .py. So now here we have created a Python file. Let's get here. Because the code is being deserialized in form of base64 format, you cannot just simply spawn reverse shell. We need to send it in the base64 form, because why is because when it's first getting base64 decoded. If we just send data, it will like give error. For example, let's say if I want, oh, I was here. What is happening in the background? Come on. Whatever code I want to send, right? Let's say I want to send give me root, or let's say I want to send is cat/etc/password. If I send this is how it will be converted to. Doesn't make much sense, right? But if I first base64 encode this to base64, bring that here. I will remove this. So this is the base64. I have to send this information in the command to my RCE, to my Python file, and in the server, it will get converted to cat. So that's what we have to do. And we have to send a reverse shell. Hopefully you guys are understanding this. And if not, let me know. I will explain even more granularity wise. I don't have the best English, neither the best accent, but I have a good attitude and awesome jokes. Remember that. Remember that. I'm good for jokes. The best, funniest hacker, damn hacker you will see. I'm an idiot, man. But yeah. So we are here. We are listening. We got our information here. Now, pickle.py, pickle.me.py, the code is here. And this is the command, right? If you see this command is the command. So let's copy this. And to understand, just for people, where is Alt Z? I think Alt Z does that. No. So whoever is not here. For example, what they are doing, base64 encode this, right? The command base64 encode this, dumps it, right? Basically reversing. Creates its pickles dump, then encode it. So how command goes to pickle dump, then becomes base64 encoded, right? Hopefully it will hear you understand, because that's what's happening in line 12. That's what line 12 is doing. Now what happens? Internet. Boom. Now in internet, in the backend, what it does, decode base64, deserialize, and then boom, our code is executed. Tell me if you don't get it still. But this is how it works, and we have to copy this part. Copy this. Oh, in my Kali. This is my Python file I created. Here, I have to change my VPN. That's the, because what it's here is remove this temp file, right, with -f, if there is any. Make one cat, show whatever is inside, and then start like putting this, like open a shell, interactive shell, right, and then netcat to this. So basically connect and all, like put it inside this. Where is my 10 to copy selection, 10 to 2149. Okay. Paste selection. Okay, great. No, I don't want to save it. No. So I'll just reverse that. Nano. Copy. I hate that this Kali is too slow today. I don't know why. Maybe I have cooked it a bit more. I remembered this, so it shouldn't be that hard. 10 to 10.2.20.149. Hopefully that's the one, right? That's the VPN. Sorry, my IP for the VPN. So that's good. Control X. So yes, I want to save it. This is the one. Now, simply just run this. Python 3, pickle exploit.py. I get this, right? This is base64 encoded. What I want, like the command is base64 encoded. I could have done it basically using CyberChef, but this one code-wise is more sexy, right? If I use C, whatever I put here, actually this one, move this one, yeah. Paste, 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 paste. This is base64, no. I think remove all from base64. Because the first thing that will happen there is decoding in the backend, where we are trying to have. This is, you see the command is there, right? In the pickle format, the command is there. rm temporary like remove temporary directory in f in the temporary directory. All those command is there with my IP address. I think I should change the mode so it's better for you guys, right? Is there a mode change options? No, not dark, classic, right? So you guys can see here right now. This is the code. Much better. Hey, Panda, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, we are hacking. We are hacking. So here is the command. It's all base64 encoded. Now what we do, because we are sending this in through cookies into this NMU Oh, and then now I remember, not much. Yes, nothing much. I'm actually like very excited though today. This room, we are actually doing something very, very, very practical. We found like a cookie, right? We got a command so we can get a reverse shell to it. And then because of the reverse shell, we are changing this cookie value. And once we send this form data, that command will first like get decoded. Then it will get, oh, I did paste my bad. Edit value here. So that will get first decoded, and then base64 decoded, then pickle dump will happen. And then, yeah, we will get a reversal. Pretty awesome, I will say. Edit the value, paste this thing. Now you see our code with our IP address, everything is in this. So I can just say form username, let's say my hello get hacked. I wish I had that get wrecked one meme from like I think KSI and reverse shell. If you see, we are listening already to it. It's good we didn't change the IP. Sorry, port number. So you see, we got our reverse shell. Who am I, baby? CM Natic. Basically the name we saw here, I think. I think I saw CM Natic somewhere. I don't remember. But I saw it here, I think. But main thing is we got our access, right? This is our shell. Let's see. Oh, ls. We are in app Docker file. Docker file is interesting. Always to look into that. But pwd, where I want to see where am I? Semantic app. Okay, I want to get out of it. Flag.txt, cat flag. That's our boy. Ah, just a cat. No such. Oh, cat flag dot txt. 4A, whatever it is, that's our flag value. I'm happy at least not every flag is like those predictable ones. So I give kudos to TryHackMe team. So this is our flag. Let's go. 56 consecutive days of hacking. Let's go. I want to tell you one thing. Like I think so. Today goal was severity 8. So we did 6 tasks compared to like all other days. So this was major. Tomorrow we'll do these, but I want to share something awesome with you guys. Components with known vulnerabilities and stuff. So here is interesting thing that happened. Like we'll do 9 and 10 tomorrow, but I want to share a couple of very interesting things I thought about over the weekend. First thing was the dopamine detox, right? And the detox of the body. Because as from like I think 3-4 years now, I think one thing that has been bothering me very much is I don't have control over my food habits, like eating habits. I don't have control, and because some special people in my life, right? I got this dance on Navratri, which is like a holy festival going for Hindus. I'm a Hindu. Navratri, right? Started on Sunday. So I have been fasting in terms of like I eat only fruits, milk, like salt, anything like food type salt only during one time a day, which in which too no wheat or anything. I just ate like potatoes with salt and chili and like black pepper. And I will say to everyone here, if you are also like struggle like me with the controlling habits, hopefully try it. Don't mix it with anything else. Don't try to like do couple of detox or couple of things. Don't try to achieve everything in once. Try to do this. Fruits, some nuts like walnuts and stuff, right? And just one food like proper meal at one time and try. I'd say 2 days I have tried and I went hiking during that time for 1 hour. Amazing results. I feel like happier. And interestingly, I feel like satisfied that I have become a bit more controlling. I have control over my eating habits. That's one. Second, a big thanks to stimulus. I don't know if you guys know this. My first um, subscription happened because of stimulus on Saturday. And this is what I wanted to give as a gift to everyone who has been supporting me. And I cried, right? If you guys don't know, I cried during my stream because I never thought I will get a subscription ever for like next. I planned like I will do streaming for 4 years minimum before if things work or not, because we do degree for 4 years to get a job and stuff. That was my idea. So thanks to stimulus, less, right? This he gave me the subscription. Now there are, I think, 6 people with sub, right? So I'm creating a emoji for everyone who has been supporting me. So hang tight, everybody. I have something really special for coming. Especially like I can tell the people's name who have been there with me. I remember their name, like I was telling somebody right in the starting, Eno36. I remember people's names. So Stimulus is one. Then there is Camby. Then there's Panda. Then there is Hyperion, Junior Coder, Dr. Heat. So because I have like 5 slots or 6 slots, I don't know how many, but every single one of you will get your own like dedicated emoji as a thank you. So anyone who is watching, first of all, thank you. I'm trying to do as much better as I can, like trying my best, and you guys are supporting me. So thank you so much. If there is anything I can do, again, like you guys can reach out to me on my Discord here, or even personally. You don't have to be in front of everyone if you want to just talk personally, even just want to talk. No, you are number one. You are number one, bro. You are number one, Panda. It's just I'm saying is that that was the name, right? Because of the disc. You are number one, bro. You will get the first fund. Don't worry. But yeah, like anyone who wants to talk to me, feel free to come to the Discord, chat with me. I'm there a lot of times. So no, I was just saying name, like just saying name. Come on, Panda, don't do that. Don't come after me at this point. um, and actually, I have one special one too. For somebody who was, I think, my 69th follower, AOL. So he did giggity. So I will do that one too. But yeah, things coming. Okay, thank you. I don't want you to get mad, boss. I don't want you to get mad. You have been there from day one, so thank you so much. But yeah, every one of you will get like special thanks to everyone who's joining. Big thing, and yeah, anything I can do for anyone here, please let me know on Discord. Any special topics you want to be covered. But if not, till then we'll be covering Severity 9, 10, and what's next from OVAPs. Create some notes, right, and some AI. Okay, this is not done, huh? Oh, just complete. It needs it complete. Okay, so yeah, all those will be covered, and yeah, till then I will find something even better to cover. Till then, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Hopefully, you have had a great weekend and a great week ahead. Monday is the best day of the week. Let me know if I can be of any help. Till then, thank you so much. I'm going to do the ending screen, but let's say if I start the ad? If I can't start the, oh, I can start the ad. So if you can just grab a glass of water, right? I will be here in the chat. You can ask me questions, but if not, just stay. This ad will help me do the giveaways. And Canby won the first one, so congrats, Canby. And I texted, DM'd him, so he'll be getting his HTTP VIP subscription. So thank you so much. Join the Discord for all those, and till then, I can say bye. Let's go. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I'll just start the ad fully.
Alienware's highest performance desktop yet, equipped with powerful Intel Core Ultra processors. with an innovative design engineered for optimized gameplay. Encounter the return of Area 51 at Alienware.com.
Okay, I think I got it.
What if I crashed through the window?
That's genius.
From business
Excellent.
to taking care of business, Rogers Xfinity Internet changes everything.